Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
Hi. Hey. What's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out. Say my name. DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Cheryl Underwood, and you're tuned into the hottest news station on the planet, Hot 702.5.
Hey, sister girl.
And it's Thursday.
Hey, sister girl. Can you hear me
okay? Welcome to Get, and I hear you just fine.
Beautiful.
Get it together. Here we are on Thursday, 6 p.m. at our regular spot at our home. Welcome to Get It Together on Hot 702.5 FM. And we are taking callers today, so I'm going to keep throwing it out because I want some participation. 702-551-5261. And our third party, so you're here with Jnine.
And Jezzi.
And our third party is having some technical difficulties, which I can totally relate to because last week it was probably one of the worst feelings I had coming before at my house. Like my spot just ain't going to cut it. I'm meant to be in studio. Okay. Your background looks good. You look good. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm good. I'm good. No complaints. I made it. It's a short week.
Right.
Some random holiday on Tuesday. No, not random. The 4th of July.
It feels random.
Tuesday, right?
Nothing about that day feels familiar. So I feel know, that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
So all habits are being broken, curses being renewed, and there aren't curses per se in terms of how I think we all celebrated the 4th, but
right.
It does feel like we are breaking chains that bind us to spending money.
Woo, Lord.
To celebrating things we didn't really understand the meaning of.
Right.
And open for new dialogue about why we need to do things different. And so with that it's being said, it was unfamiliar.
Yes, I agree. Absolutely. It was very random. And yesterday was a very Monday, Wednesday.
It was a Monday, Wednesday. I responded to somebody in that same fashion. They were like, how you doing today? And I was like, it felt like a typical Monday. The rush was back on. So it really didn't feel like that much of a holiday. And I'm kind of glad. I'm kind of glad.
Why?
I think it's part of the breaking of the curses because it questions you to make you think about, should you be doing something differently? And in order for that question to come about, you feel like we have to have, abnormal situations along with information. So, what'd you do?
Tuesday. Now I gotta jog my memory. I don't even think I did anything. I ate a lot.
Okay.
And that was about it. I didn't even eat no barbecue. I
think I could second that. I definitely listen. For the first time, I'm gonna take a moment to breathe because that's just what we've been doing. Yeah, and it breaks the monotony. Agree. I had a really nice ride in.
You did good.
Considering my time constraints.
I know.
Breathe. Right? Take a moment in. Focus on the moment because all we have are moments.
Man.
Somebody lied when they put you on a 24-hour clock. What we have are moments.
Yes, ma'am.
In order to understand what's happening around you, you can't digest it all. You can only take in what's happening at the moment. So shake it off. Whew. Yeah. And so my 4th was pretty uneventful. And this is what I was going to say. So for the first time in a long time, since I've been eating pretty much clean, trying to watch too much of the intake, even when I did stuff that might have been out there or whatever have you. I had a really bad stomach ache. And it might have been because I laid around eating all day. And it might have been because when munchies kick in, you can't respond to your stomach. You heard? You know what I'm saying? So,
I know what you mean.
yeah. So with that being said, I had to back up real quick. I went ahead and went into my medicinal reaction response because I really don't have stomach problems, and I'm so
Oh
grateful for
wow.
that. I'm so
Good.
grateful for that. So I knew
Good.
immediately. I mean, we
What
did
to
some new
attribute it
stuff.
to?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. So, so anyway, what did you do on your day off or your relaxing
I
day, your
had a
family
four
day?
day weekend because I took Monday off because I just couldn't see some. I I couldn't wrap my head around just working on a Monday, taking off Tuesday, and yeah. So I took Monday off, and on Monday, I think me and my mama ran around because I'm in Cali once again,
Hmm.
with my moms and my baby
The
girl.
weather
So
extreme or
it was
typical for a
really
summer?
hot. I mean, it's typical for Sacramento, but the cold part about it is it hadn't been like that. It just turned up because it was, I guess, one of the hottest day on in recorded history,
That's right.
um, all around
That's right.
the globe, apparently. So it was really hot, but not for Sac it's normal this time of year, but
Hmm.
it'd been cold and windy up until then. So I'm surprised that it just turned up real quick and now it's turned back down again. It's pretty, but now it's still a little windy and it's breezy and it's nice again. So it just turned up for 2 days. But mind you, the
Hmm.
moon was full, the third and the fourth.
Mm.
So it was pretty miraculous and the moon looked beautiful and it seemed a lot.
I'd have to
It was
admit that it
just it
was,
was
yeah, that was a
beautiful.
good, hmm that was a good full moon.
Yep. And it was
Yeah.
Rihanna's birthday, my baby girl's birthday. So we did go out to dinner. We went
Happy
out,
birthday, Ray. It is cancer season. Shout out to
yes,
the
Monday.
cancers.
Yes, them
Right? My
cancer babies ain't no
grandson,
joke.
he was the 22nd. He had a great time. He really did. We
Good.
did the Sahara and the pool and swimming. And
Yes, that was a
yeah,
blast. I
it
enjoyed
did.
hanging out with your folks and the
Yeah.
babies and everybody. I love it because
Right?
these cancers, they need their love and attention.
And then they might cry and whine in between, but give them that. They're going to come around, you know what I'm saying? So, how was the birthday? Happy birthday, Ray.
It was good. She's into this Korean thing. It's her thing right now. She went to South Korea in what, April?
Right.
By herself again for the second
This is
time
the
because
second go
she
round.
loves South Korea so
Right.
much. And it's beautiful. She says the food is a lot better. It's a lot cleaner. Even when it's junk food,
Mm,
it's cleaner than American
mm.
junk food, which is no surprise. The slow poison of this corporation is amazing to me. But
Which is
anyway,
very critical why we have to venture outside.
yes, it
You
is.
have to leave your
Absolutely.
community in order to feel other cultures and see that everybody, don't get me wrong, I am still all American in terms of what America has the potential to represent,
Right.
and has stood up in a lot of areas. But in terms of expounding your knowledge, you have to travel
Yes, you do.
abroad.
Absolutely. Even if it's in expounding your knowledge, even if it's just experiencing something different, you've just opened up the floodgates for
Absolutely.
something different. And so, we went to a
Absolutely.
restaurant,
Okay.
Seoul. It was called Seoul, which
Mm.
again,
Yeah.
Korean.
Okay.
The food was excellent and the service was great. I love when the service is good and the food is good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always a fan of that. So,
Absolutely. That's what we stand
fan.
for.
Yes, it is. Yes, it absolutely is. No one acted funny. And short ribs. It's very rare to find short ribs
Let me tell you
cooked
something.
very well.
Isn't that the restaurant that my boyfriend in my head, Marshawn Lynch? Isn't that where Marshawn Lynch took over that Asian restaurant that had like the bomb short ribs? I
I
think
don't know.
so. Yeah.
Because it's on a major street out here. It's next
Okay.
to a major club too out here. So I wouldn't be
So I'm
surprised.
talking about in the Bay.
Oh no,
I'm
we
talking
didn't
about
go
on
in the
San.
bay.
No, I'm talking about. Okay, let me back up.
Oh,
So
I know
the
what you're talking
restaurant that
about.
my boyfriend in my head took over was an Asian restaurant on San Pablo, right?
It was. I thought it was a soul food restaurant,
Well, it is
and
now, but it was not
it
before.
wasn't
At some point,
previous.
it was Asian. Trust me. Yes,
Oh,
and they had
okay.
short ribs to
Well, that
die
was
for.
Easter City Cafe. I remember them. They were down on 59th in San Pablo. He took over a restaurant a little further
Oh,
up
a little further up. Okay.
by where a barbecue spot used to be, but it was across the street, and
Well,
it
I'm gonna
was
know where
he
it is
bought
because I'm
it
gonna have to do
from an
some
old black
stalking.
lady, and they thought
That's
it was
right.
about to get
And they
shut
thought it was
down,
about
and
to.
it was soul
And
food,
yep,
and it's his
you're
spot.
right.
Oh, it's called Robins,
Rob
Robins,
Benz. That's right.
and now his mom runs it.
That's right.
Food is
Okay. Let me step.
fire
Let me
there
let me go
too.
see
Food
mom.
is fire there
I
too.
heard nothing but
Absolutely.
good things.
Yeah, and they have like an open mic too, a comedy
I
comic
heard about that too.
open mic.
Sure did.
So,
So actually, while we're on the subject of open mics and stuff, I got some. I've been having some conversations with some local Bay Area known comedians. Two of them
all
in
right,
particular,
all
but
right.
one wants to. I might be. I should be on this show. I'm gonna shout it out in a minute as soon as I pull it up, where you can catch me spinning a little jokes. And from that point, I might be going on the road. I'm not
What?
going to speak too much because I don't really know too
Okay.
much. And until there are true arrangements, you can't really, you know what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
I'm going to find the flyer in a minute.
Please.
But
I'm excited to hear that because it's time for the takeoff.
yeah, it kind of is. I mean, it definitely is a lane for me. And I can't say I did comedy and I can't say I really finished this book until I really put Oakland on the map because that's what it is. And
That's
now
what
it's
it
Oakland
is.
and Vegas on the map. So,
Yeah.
I'm feeling good representing the city. But so I'm glad Ray had a good birthday. And thanks for clarifying the restaurant.
Oh,
But
yeah. Yo, boyfriend in your head. I love that.
shout out. So,
Bet you everybody want to know who he is now.
oh, I just called him out. I called his name. All you gotta do is hit rewind.
Oh, okay.
And y'all welcome to forward it to him. I was trying to meet him when he opened up his little shop over there in Town Square, but I'm not sure what happened. The pandemic hit, and maybe it was too much to manage. But
We're going to start hitting these people up. We're going to hit
hit him
these
up.
people up. We're going to start
Time to
hitting them
get it
up.
popping. MJ has entered the room.
Hey.
Oh my goodness! And so look, why are they locking up ice cream now? It's funny because I knew when we came up with this title, Get It Together, and we opened up the conversation and dialogue for a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's because definitely we've touched on a little bit of everything in our
Mm-hmm.
lives, right? So I used to work for
Absolutely.
Dryer's Ice Cream,
Mm-hmm.
and I did that for 6 years. I would have kept doing it. Vegas would have never seen me because Dryer's offered a lifestyle. Y'all have to hear
Yes.
me.
Yes.
Listen, we used to be able to go up to Dryer's. We had a key to the building. Every employee had a key to the building, a fob to the building, Monday through Friday. Reasonable hours. You could bring your entire family for ice cream on the deck. You sitting
Yep.
on the deck outside overlooking Berkeley in a sense and Oakland Berkeley border.
Yep.
And I mean, they just trusted you. We had a whole compass of morals we had to live by, and they wanted you to live by that while you was at work. They wanted you to live by it while you were at home because it really made you a healthy person. It was like, what was it, 12? Whatever they were. But they had a name to them that I can't think of right now. But anyway, it was just a lot
Okay.
to have responsibility over, and they gave you a lot. So anyway, knowing that I worked for Dryer's Ice Cream, and ice cream was not any, it was just ice cream. Nigga, why are they
Right.
stealing ice cream now?
Stealing ice cream. Well, not too long ago, I saw some ridiculous girl started that opening up ice cream again and licking it and sticking it back on the shelf. I kind of thought it was due to that when I saw your subject matter. I was like, we here again? Because I saw the girl not too long ago, a couple of weeks back. News keeps going so
It
quickly, but
recycles. Right.
I was like,
That's
oh no,
disgusting.
right?
That is absolutely disgusting. Yeah, okay. Well, that ain't why they locking it up.
Oh wow.
They
That's
locking ice cream up because it is now a black market for it. And if
in
I'd have known
Vegas?
that, I'd have been boxing Dryer's ice cream up back in the day.
In Vegas?
Everywhere. So we're about to either see locks on the freezer where they store them. So they're probably going to take like the higher end. They're probably going to do it all.
Oh
So
my
they got locks on the entire freezer. And some of them have locks on top of
God. She went to jail
the
for licking it up.
carton.
Thank you.
So like you buying alcohol, now there's locks on top of the carton. And
OMG.
it's moving rapidly because people are stealing high-end ice cream and they're
Wonder
stealing the
why.
pints because the pints are easy to sneak out. And they sneak them out in bulk. And honey, they resell them to mom and pops.
That's really
That's a whole market. It's a whole black market for ice cream. Look, MJ says she went to jail for licking. Oh, well, she should.
good. She should have. I'm
Matter of
thanking
fact,
you,
I'm for
MJ.
taking off the tongue. You don't even deserve to have one.
Right? Yeah, that was some
So,
bull.
yeah, that's what's going down.
I
So
am shocked.
expect to see that in a store near you. And I'm not for the stealing anymore.
I'm not even gonna ask you to elaborate. Because if you know, you know.
So what do y'all think about Keke Palmer's boyfriend Twitter comment about her attire situation?
I think he should have kept that private. Enough said. Men deal with their issues in private, regardless if his woman is acting a fool in public. That's my thought
Well, and
process. I
here's
don't,
my thing.
and
Here's
she
my
wasn't.
thing. Yeah, we take to social media because we're looking for validation, and sometimes we're looking for attention,
Well, he
and a
was looking
combination
in
of
the
both.
wrong place.
So I think maybe at the moment he texted, he was in his feelings because it's Usher, right?
Right,
And so
right.
if it had been anybody else, maybe he wouldn't have been as bothered. But it's
Insecure.
Usher, right?
Because
He
that's
wouldn't have
just
been.
pure insecure.
I mean, you have a whole baby with this woman who people
I
are actually
know.
feeling you didn't deserve. It's a whole slew of men that are
Right.
so disturbed that she popped out this pregnancy, and it was
Mm-hmm.
this dude. Like they
Uh,
like, Kiki, you had your fill of the meal, right? So I don't know. I just think if you didn't know who Kiki was, then you know she's trending. And if you didn't know who her dude was, her BD, now he's probably trending. You
well,
know what
he's
I'm saying?
trending now
So
too. They it's all
I
over the
don't know
internet.
what they talk.
Beyonce's internet.
See,
It's all over Beyonce's internet.
that's
I
funny.
just feel like he should have handled it in private. Regardless, because it's a concert, and
It's a
it ain't like
concert.
Usher like zeroed in on her. He does that to all the famous people that
He
come to his
absolutely
concert
does.
that he
And
sees.
if he, gets to a man's woman, it's because either she was by herself, because I've seen a lot of couples and they wind up taking couple pictures. They were never picked out. They didn't pick him out. I seen
Right,
chemistry in his woman. She cute.
right. Yes, she is.
He's not going to overstep his boundaries, so maybe he didn't have a lot of respect for her man.
Mm.
And maybe,
Ooh.
a woman can dress like she want to. Usher.
He didn't have to have no respect for his man. He was putting on a show.
No, I understand that. No, I get that, but I'm saying if you feel what I'm saying in terms of like how he selects who he brings on the stage,
Oh,
has a
okay.
lot to do with who they're with or what he might think he knows. But anyway, I digress. Thanks for that intro, but Icarice Jackson, that's some feminine energy. Lily is blowing up. Oh, Kiki, and he was to get some shine. Yeah, it's always. I think it's just about the shine. He likes the
Probably.
controversy. People love controversy, honey.
And now
But
everybody talking about him.
while we're talking about full moons and aeronautics and into space, baby, let's talk
I'm with
about
you.
this first Model A flying car approved by. Can't just be the FFA involved. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. But we are here in the Jetson age. It is what it is. What you think?
About a flying vehicle? I mean, I haven't even got the Tesla, the electric car yet. So to skip from a gas guzzler to an electric to a flying car, I got a ways to go. Actually, I was just talking to somebody today about that because, in California, they have a timeline set
Yes, they
for when
do.
they want
What is it,
people in elect
2025?
2025.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe by 2030, they're just going to stop selling gas cars, period.
That's right.
And when you go to buy a new car, it has to be electric.
It needs to be a hybrid or electric.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. So, the flying vehicles, I'm excited whenever I get there. I hope I make it there before I'm 70.
300K. So we do want to make it there. It's
Yeah, I hope I make it
300K
there
is what
before I'm
they're
70.
is what the asking price is.
That's not
So
bad though.
it's going in production 2025. So make no mistake, California has a vested interest
Yes, they do. Yes,
because
they
Cali
do.
is always on the first on the list. You know what it is. Cali do what Cali do.
And
They
they
set the
done pass
trends,
laws to make
and
sure
they've
that,
already ensured that you make your money,
yeah,
or you will be left on the ground,
pretty much.
literally.
Pretty
Right.
doggone
So let's
much.
look at this whole picture. Me loving, I'm retired flight attendant. And me loving aeronautics and understanding how a little bit of how it flows, basically, um, the passenger side and the driver side becomes wings, and it does a tilt. And I was speaking about this to some people that I know, and they were like, "We don't even believe that this story is real." I'm like, "Yeah,
Really?
but it is because I
It's
actually
real.
watched the video, and I know they've been saying they go to space, and we don't believe that sometimes, the first man on the moon and shit like that, but." This electric car is real. Let me tell you how real it is. So the idea is to not get stuck in traffic. Now, I'm telling y'all, I'm
That sound
saying what I'm
weird.
saying from experience. I am officially now a claims adjuster.
Uh-oh.
So y'all can't even get the freaking ground right.
I
I'm
was
not
about
trying
to
to see you in
say,
the air. So there needs to be some modifications. FAA, if you hear me, call in 702-551-5261. Because I know you're putting parameters behind who, first of all, who could afford it. So
right,
anybody at 300K that's in the sky, you know what they're working with. Because they
right.
just uplifted their ass out of traffic and went 120 miles.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
Because that's the
That
flight
sounds
range.
pretty wicked. And how far off the ground are they gonna be able to
They
fly
were
to
pretty,
ensure that they don't crash into other vehicles? Someone else that might have been able to purchase that vehicle, even a random what's those things called? The
yeah, the overpass.
overpasses.
Knocking niggas out.
No, right.
So look, you stuck in traffic. It's 100% electric, so you better be juiced.
Okay. Yeah. This is some
And
California stuff
your
for
your
sure.
wings are gonna fly. Your passenger side and your driver side turn into wings. And the reporter asked, are you sideways? Because that would be ridiculous. And
Right.
he was like, no. And so I'm looking at claims that come in every day,
Right.
making determinations on liability on stupid shit. I just can't imagine dealing with y'all that might have a little bit of bread in the sky. So I hope they figure it out. Because if you've already had too many accidents on the ground, you should not be able to get in the sky.
You shouldn't, but money
Yeah,
talks.
and
Your
bullshit
record
walks.
don't mean a goddamn thing if you got enough money to get it suppressed and touched.
Yeah,
So,
well, I don't know. Sounds like a real interesting liability issue, and I could only imagine what insurance looks like while you uplifting your car into the sky. And so, one of the guys who owns what's called Jetson, no, it's not
like George
ironic.
Jetson.
Yep, the name of the company is Jetson and something else.
Oh, I forgot.
They are the guy commuted to work. So he's somewhere in another country, and he commuted from one part of the country to another part in his first flying vehicle.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's here, baby. They weren't just talking about AI taking over jobs. They were talking about really pulling off some futuristic stuff, and here we are.
What did Kirk say? He said, so now we have to look both ways and up. Right?
Both ways and up, Kirk. So look, I was just shouting you out because you have a show coming up on the 12th, and I'm actually going to be featuring Mr. Kirk McHenry here on the show.
Oh, nice.
We've already talked a little bit about him making a appearance, and I'm trying to get the flyer But I'm glad you joined us. He said it's going to be a thing until one of them fall out the sky. Right.
Right.
Listen, so when I get the claims on the electric vehicles that are coming through, the electric vehicles are failing. People are relying 100% on their little cameras and beep, beep, beep systems. So they're not using their neck no more to just, boom, boom. You still got to keep some old school to it. Right. And the lady asked, do you have to have a pilot license? And that man replied, no.
That don't even make sense. There should be some kind of.
So I'm sure there's going to be, I mean, you got to be trained on the car. Yeah, it's going to be a DMV thing, but that's a way of DMV. Everybody got their hands in the pocket. DMV going to be charging you, 90,000 just for that one pilot license. So it's going to cost you 400 G's just to get that thing in the air. So get your money game up, because this is where we are. And I don't like traffic. I commuted for 6 years to Dryers as we speak.
That's going to be so kind of discriminatory as well, because it'll probably be a lot of rich people in the air and regular people on the ground. We don't like that.
Well, the rich people going to have a hard time taking their riches to heaven, from what I've been told. It's like going through a needle in an eye. And so, I don't know. They can have the skies. They can have these electric cars for now. Because it ain't about money for me. It's about the safety factor. And I'm listening to claims of people that are filing every damn day behind selfish-ass drivers.
Yeah.
Drivers are freaking selfish.
I don't understand why people just don't have a problem with letting you over. That is wild to me. Why I just can't get over. Why you couldn't move to the other two lanes if you saw that I was waiting to get into the fast lane because I'm turning off my block?
Or
that
you
is a pet
see,
peeve with me.
We live in Nevada, which is a state of mother frickin' fracking cones. Cones are everywhere. People will see that you coming up on a comb and either race to get in front of you on some stupid shit and clip you off. Or they will, it's a zipper, man. It's a zipper. Everybody go. One go, one go, one go. But I said something in one of my stand-ups. I was talking about how, I was asking people, what do you think is the reason for the number one reason for accidents in Las Vegas? And people was like, it was drinking, it's liquor, it's 24 hours, it's work, it's this and that. And I'm like, well, no. Nevadans are freaking selfish.
Yeah, they won't let you merge.
And they're selfish because they will not let you merge. So failure to yield was the number one reason for accidents in Las Vegas. So you want to know why your insurance is high? Mm-hmm. Failure to yield.
I don't understand it. It's bad. When I say it's bad in Vegas, it is
no, it's bad.
Bad.
It is. There ain't no question about it. It's bad. So anyway, with that being said, I don't know how I feel about the whole flying car. And I was a flight attendant, so I love the air. I love the advancement. I love space exploration. I do. I like it in a safe manner. I am for advancement in the air. I am. I just think that's a fascinating means of transportation. I just don't know how safe I feel about it. So it was great when it was the Jetsons and we could watch it like that.
A cartoon.
We're here.
But like MJ said, I'd rather get a helicopter because you're going to be competing with helicopters, competing with all the low flying stuff that already flies a little low. So
the little dust croppers and shit like that. But is really the FAA, because they just approved it. It just got approved. So the FAA is looking to expound. It's a branch of government. So they're looking to expound. They're going to be taking over the skies completely. And with NASA being a branch of government, they probably merged together.
Oh, wow.
And made sure that everybody's pockets continue to get greased.
Everybody.
In this new technology, okay?
Lord, I'm waiting on you, Jesus.
And I'm the comedian. So look, people gonna be getting skyjacked by niggas in hot air balloons, right? Yep, they're gonna be doing some real MacGyver type shit. So I don't know, but I need to go back to the fireworks for a minute. Let's go back to the 4th. I gotta cover this real quick because Matter of fact, let me take it all the way back because we need to talk about our restaurants. It's important that you guys kind of get the scoop on the restaurants, and I can't drop the ball on that because some prominent places, it is, right? And we jumped it right on into some other conversation, but that's how we flowing today. We're going to let the spirit have its way.
There you go. See? Amen.
So, BK Barbecue and Catering.
Safe out there.
They got a B demerit.
BK.
A B grade. They got 20 demerits.
Okay.
4881 Pioneer Avenue. Now, this spot, I was a little disappointed because I frequent this spot, or I used to before I moved.
Okay.
It's the Boba King, 1829 West Craig.
Boba.
Yeah, they got 19 demerits. They got a B grade. And, I stopped eating the boba for several reasons because I felt like it was decaying my teeth.
I can
My
see
teeth
that.
felt weak because you're constantly chewing on this rubber shit
I
for
can
no
see
sensation at all except chewing because it really doesn't have a taste.
What is that? That gelatin. It's because
Yeah.
those are gelatin balls in
That's
there,
right.
right? That's just so. Yeah. I
So-
do like the popping boba though.
Yeah, I like the popping boba, but that doesn't require as much engagement of your teeth. And if you're not cleaning your teeth after you finish eating it, all of that residue is in the back of your mouth.
Okay.
And it's sitting eroding at your teeth. And I felt my teeth getting weaker. So people, you got to listen to your body.
Yes.
Let
you're
me hear
absolutely
your
right.
body talk. That's like you really do have to listen. So I backed up off the boba. I'm like, that's the only thing that I could be doing. And guess what? The pain went away. So I know and I speak very highly of your
Okay.
body healing itself if you can stop the behavior that's causing the pain early enough and then
Yes,
change your
ma'am.
behavior behind it. So I
Yes,
stopped eating
ma'am.
boba. I do the popping boba and I do the lychee or the,
Lychee, yeah.
that. So then Soul Family Farms. I've been trying to figure out who they are.
Soul Family
2100 Boulder Highway. They got 10 demerits, however, they were closed. Health department closed their ass. So
For 10 demerits, they must have already been down there low on the totem pole for them to get another 10 and get their doors shut.
and what is Soul Family Farms? Like, what are you farming to get closed?
Yeah, right.
So I tried to Google their ass, and maybe I was hot on their trail because I couldn't get anything to come up. I even put the address
Really?
in. The address is 2100 Boulder Highway, but it got closed. So, yeah, I don't know what you were farming to get closed, but you can stay closed, as far as I'm
Yeah,
concerned.
pretty much.
And so then Boogie's.
What's that?
I don't know. It's some kind of West restaurant. I didn't know what it was. I didn't look it up. They got a C, 30 demerits, so I won't care to look them up.
I don't even like the
3370 Novat Street. Yeah, they got 30 demerits. So get it together.
Too close
Boogie.
to boogers.
Now listen, 7-Eleven has made the grade all across the city for the last 4-5 weeks, people.
All right.
So S&S Fuels, number 14, the snack bar, was closed. That's 6985 South Rainbow, if you are familiar with the 7-Eleven on that side of town. And if you're still doing 7-Eleven, God bless you along the way.
God bless you. And they chicken wings. Lord have mercy.
So anyway, they were closed. I like to emphasize that while y'all fooling around. If you want to grab a snack, you might want to reconsider where you're going. Carlito's Cuban Food and Cafeteria, 2860 Maryland. They got a B grade. They got 19 demerits. Come on, Carlitos. You Cuban food, you got to represent.
Yes, you do.
So brings us to the next 7-Eleven, 4945 Blue Diamond. They weren't closed, but they did get a B grade. They got 19 demerits. So, if this is a trend, 7-Eleven, you need to get it together because you're popping up all over town. You are you keep growing your market. Manage the market before you keep growing it.
Right, exactly.
And I respect that you got a little sandwiches and all that little stuff. It's the hot stuff I'm concerned about.
Yeah,
because they
I
manage
should be.
themselves.
Mm-hmm.
The yogurts and that stuff. It tends to manage itself.
Yeah, but I think they probably put that hot food in that little hot tray and it sit there for hours on top of hours on top of hours. Probably hours too long.
Listen, if I was a 7-Eleven worker, I wouldn't be expedient on changing out food. Shit, them construction workers is running up and through there, and they grabbing it because it's the only thing they can grab in some communities.
Right.
Anyway, 7-Eleven, get your shit together.
Ooh.
So Roberto's Taco Shop, which is my go-to, and it is my go-to in my area, 6355 North Commerce.
Oh,
Over there by
yeah,
Mom's
that's
spot.
the north. Okay.
And that is my go-to to keep me from going to 7-Eleven. Roberto's, everybody knows Roberto's. 24 hours, they are scattered throughout the city, and you can get you some carne asada fries or nachos that will eat your man.
Right.
Come on
And
now,
get
coming
some
home from the
tomatoes
club
and onions so you don't feel
and
like
some
you're
green
just eating
sauce.
crap. But you are.
Mhm. But you are, because you're trying to absorb that midnight alcohol, that 3 a.m. alcohol.
Oh,
But
Lord, I
anyway,
need it
Roberto's,
in my
get it
life.
together.
Get it together, Roberto's. That's our
Seafood
late night
City,
snack.
it is the late night snack, and I'm going to still fool with them. I'm not going to lie, y'all. You got to know what you're doing when you go in to get Mexican food.
You ain't know. Ain't nobody listening to you.
Ooh, that's
Anyway.
why I be pronouncing their names like I do, because I love them. Seafood City, 3890 Maryland Parkway. They got
I
16
know
demerits.
exactly
It's a
where
B
they are,
grade.
really.
And that's where we go to get our, I'm not going to tell y'all, I can't even tell you the secret on that just now.
That
But
is funny.
Kirk say when you buy hot food from 7-Eleven, the cashier looks at you like you don't like your stomach.
For real. For real. For real.
Yeah, she be moving slow, hoping you change your mind. You want to change your mind? I work here and I starve.
Oh,
Yeah,
goodness.
so Boulder Station, the broiler, 4111 Boulder Highway. They got 14 demerits, but it's the Boulder Station. They'll get their shit together. The Frat House Restaurant is 707 East Fremont Street. They got to be 19 demerits. Cut Bop, 7150 North Durango. They got 19 demerits, and it kind of kills me because North Durango stays on my list too.
Really?
And that's my new spot. Like, that's where I'm at.
Oh,
So
yeah, you are over there.
I'm a little
That's
disappointed.
interesting.
Yeah,
That's
it's
very
been showing up
interesting.
quite often, at least once or twice in each of the restaurant inspections. But El
Oh,
Chelito,
Lord.
El Chelito, Mexican food, them bitches was closed today.
Hmm.
4181 Pioneer Avenue, if y'all fooling with El Chelito Mexican food. They had a C grade on 623. It sounds like
Okay.
they came back, and that was their regular inspection. Sound like the health
Yeah.
department came back to grade they asked and see what was going on and said, okay, we closing you. So they got shut down.
Mm-mm-mm.
Dots Southern Cuisine, 439 Rock Quarry Way. They were
Southern
closed.
cuisine. I've never
Yeah, I
heard
was a
of
little
them.
disappointed. So unless it was Asians trying to do soul food, it's Dots. And you know, a lot of people call their moms Dot.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
it made me feel like it could have been a little Southern get down. But Lyman Peruvian restaurant,
Mm.
222 Decatur. Um, they got to be
Okay.
grade, 18 demerits.
Mm.
Peruvian sounds delicious,
Yeah,
and it
Peruvian.
sounds luxury like hair. So get it together.
Oh,
The
good.
last one to make the hit list, I feel the same way about them as I feel about Mexican food. I'm gonna take
What?
my chances. It's AMC.
He said, I would take my chances.
It's AMC Theater, 6587 South Las Vegas Boulevard in Town Square. Now
Oh,
that's like the most fire.
really?
Yeah, it's AMC, man, in Town Square
Yeah, they
on
got
Las
comfy
Vegas
seats, right?
Boulevard.
The
Yeah, they
reclining
lean,
comfy
recline.
seats and all that stuff.
Yeah, man, you could cuddle and all kind
Is
of
it,
shit in that
so
in
they
them
serve
seats.
food at that
They serve food.
establishment?
They do.
Like real food or hot dogs and ice
Yeah,
cream and that
it's
typical
bar
stuff?
food or whatever and theater
Okay.
food. Yeah.
Okay.
You can get wine, beer, right?
Enough said.
So that's why I'm
Yeah.
going to still take my chances with their ass.
Enough said.
6587 South Las Vegas Boulevard. They got a B grade 19. So it was the number one snack bar. So when I go there, I'm going to say, which one is number one? When they show me, I'm going to number two. But I'm still
Okay.
fooling with y'all. It's AMC.
Uh,
So anyway, that is your report when you buy food at 7. Yeah, right. So anyway, people, they need to get it together is all I'm saying.
well,
Um,
good. I mean, yeah, I just like the updates. I need the updates.
we
We
need them.
need them.
Absolutely. So uh, it's getting late in the hour, and that was your restaurant report. Be
Thank you.
safe in these streets.
Be safe in these streets. Watch it. Guard your stomach.
And look out for grades in the restaurants. They should be posted proudly, because it's
Hmm.
not impossible to get an A. It's not impossible
No, it's
because there was a
not.
ton of restaurants that got A's. So the health department
Yeah.
is really on their shit right now. And I'm
Right.
so glad they are. It's too hot.
Yes, girl. Oh my God. The
It's
heat
too,
is changing things and it brings these bugs out too. So I
yeah,
wouldn't be surprised
Stranger
if they
Things.
start these reports start getting a little bit more creepy.
Yeah, and then maybe that's why they even stopped putting some of the reasons why, because I haven't yet to be able to see the violations. You used to be
Right.
able to see the violations, so I'm just wondering
Right.
if they're just cutting time to make sure they can get out here and get in these streets.
Yep.
So,
Probably.
hats out to them. So we went to a spot. We had a sweet tooth on the 4th. So run that back on the 4th. Listen, it's some area codes that went nuts with illegal fireworks. And the top 3 zip codes in Las Vegas for the highest illegal fireworks reporting. From June 28th to July 4th, there were 12,463 complaints on I Spy fireworks. From 6/28 to 7/4, there were 12K complaints to I Spy. The zip code 89117. That's the lakes, and 89117. So like 89118 is this way. So that's like where the hospital is. So 89117 is back up this way. I think it's a little ritzy area. So these people probably went out and went nuts.
Yeah. They probably bought all the
The
luxury
lakes is risky,
boxes.
and well, not risky. The lakes is upscale.
Upscale. Okay.
It's where you need to go and get
The
permission, show your
pass to
ID and
go
all that stuff, and get
in.
the pass going. So yeah, so the security must have just turn their head,
Mm.
or
Yeah, they
the
did.
surrounding communities got busy.
And
They
they was
had
mad, huh?
listen, they had 388, 485 complaints. So they had the third most. The second most was zip code 89108. Not sure what that zip code is, but they had 485 complaints. The most complaints came from the Southern Valley, 89123. This is my problem with the illegal fireworks. I don't mind the little, Twizzlers and the little stuff you can get at the stands. But when
Hmm.
y'all start sounding like AK-47s and shit, when y'all
Oh
start
my
sounding
God,
like pop, pop,
girl,
pop, when y'all start taking
girl.
over the skies, guess what? You're actually fucking with the fire department,
Yeah, you are.
right? The fire
Yeah, you are.
department responded to 100 fires between 6 p.m. and 11:15 on Tuesday.
Y'all know it was too hot for all that.
Number one. And number two, y'all don't even know what y'all doing. I seen too many pictures of folks throwing fireworks inside people's cars
Me
and that stupid
too.
shit
And
made it
just
different.
random.
Yeah,
That
and
just it's so
houses set
random.
on fire, garages on fire and stupid shit. Our fire department, stop messing with them, because they show up before the police and
Yes,
before the
they do.
ambulance.
Yes, they
They don't
do.
have time to be trying to do y'all fourth goofy shit on the 4th with these illegal fireworks. They support the community. So they responded to 11 fires. They have yet to confirm what the causes of the fires were, but they
Mm,
do the math. They
right.
do this shit every day. They don't
Eh,
100
right.
calls in 3-4 hours, 100 fires. They got to go actually put out.
Yep.
So my thing is, if you got I couldn't even say this. I was gonna say, if you got illegal fireworks, and and you out there acting retarded, you should be putting out your own shit. But people are so stupid, the whole community will be burnt down by the time. Just stop buying them.
Yeah, sound good.
Stop
And
driving to the
yeah, y'all
border and
make
you're
my
buying them.
y'all make my dog upset. I don't like that. My
All
dog
the
don't like
animals are
none of
shook.
that. I had to hold him like he was a baby that night. Oh God, it was so bad. He's
Yeah.
shivering and
Stop.
scared, and
Y'all
they're
stop.
sounding like AK-47s in Baghdad outside my window.
Right. So, anyway, Noir Karma has joined the building. Another
Hello.
Cancer. Happy birthday.
Love you, cancer babies. Y'all little family oriented.
Absolutely family
Chicas.
oriented.
Love them.
So let me do a quick shout out to my boy Kirk McHenry, who's going to be doing a feature here on the show. He gonna slide me some cash, and I'm gonna slide him a video. He's gonna be at the Las Vegas Smoking Comedy Showcase. That's at Rick's Rollin' Smoke Barbecue and Tavern. So if you go to Stephen McNelly, so
Oh wow.
STEVEN, or SteveMcNelly.com, you can, check out the Las Vegas Smoking Comedy. And then I might get a quick feature in there. And if I don't, I'm definitely making some deals. I'm going to be talking my mouth. So Kirk says, Jnine, I'm in Oakland. The police and fire department took the night off on the 4th. They went till 2 in the morning. Matter of fact, they're doing fireworks right now.
I ain't surprised. It's Oakland. What you thinking, Kurt? It's Oakland. It is Oakland. Are you in the East?
He said the police and fire department took the night off on the 4th. They wasn't playing with them people.
They forever
You
taking
on your
the time
own.
off. They,
Yeah, well, guess
protect
what?
their tail quite a bit.
Who's paying for them 100 fires that went out, that the firefighter went out? Who's paying for that bill? Because people just don't want to leave them illegals alone. So anyway, that was that. I want to talk real quick about what I'm really dealing with in terms of my book. I'm dealing with procrastination. And I've been dealing with that off and on for forever. And East Oakland. I feel like I'm back in the Marines. Yeah, Oakland.
East Oakland. Yep. Oh yeah. We already know.
Right.
We are Oakland natives, so we trust. We understand.
Truly. Understand enough that there's certain parts of that town I wouldn't go back to.
Nope.
I'd have a hard time just visiting just because my heart would be broke.
Yeah, it would.
And them youngsters and all this stupid bipping and shit and
It's
breaking out
yeah.
windows and
They call it
yeah,
Bip City now. How
it's
you
bip.
gonna just rename the town Bip City because
So-
niggas is just as wild?
Before I do that, what you think about old girl B. Simone getting bipped in Oakland?
Because she knew what she was doing. She had a claim to file, and she needed some quick money come up.
Being an
'Cause
insurance
ain't
adjuster, I'm pretty sure.
nobody unaware of what's going down in the town. Nobody.
It is the
So-
Wild Wild West, and you can't tell me that B. Simone pulled up to a city she's unfamiliar with and didn't check with anybody. That's not how people roll.
Mm-mm,
not
not
how
in the
you roll.
town. Talking
Yeah.
about all that stuff she left in the car.
I
Who
want my
does that?
Bible. In the name of Jesus, give me my Bible back.
Who does that?
Girl.
You know.
And because it's so precious, they have no value. Because I'm going to tell you something about insurance. Let me give y'all a hint. If you have anything of value, you can negotiate for that one item with what you think it's worth with the insurance company and insure that item. And no matter what depreciation happens, no matter what happens, you get face value or that agreed upon value for that item. And wealthy people learn insurance very well. That's why they
I bet
insure
they
their
do.
art. That's why they insure
They insure
jewelry. They
everything.
insure insurance is a
Body
big
parts too.
man. It's a big go round. Let me tell you. And if you're in the insurance industry, I'm pretty sure you're wealthy, and that's probably why I jumped in for a minute because I want to understand negotiation. I want to understand
And you will.
what it is to evaluate a scene, an accident scene, or a act of God scene, and make a determination on what I think is worth or who I think is liable. That shit is very attractive. And so, yeah, I don't understand.
Don't get acclimated to the insurance
They don't
World
care who you
girl. Don't
are.
get stuck.
You slip out here,
Don't
you
get
got.
stuck there,
They don't care who
please.
you are. So it doesn't make sense to me that a comedian slash influencer would come to the Bay and I know what the fuck was going
She's
on.
familiar with the town. She's familiar with the
Yeah, I
town.
mean, come on now. You ain't watching Fab, like you're not watching. I mean, they bipped his
Right?
whole Maserati. Was it the Maserati? They got him. They got him twice.
Probably. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
probably. It's
one was the bent.
regular.
Yeah, it is
It's
regular.
regular out
So
there. It's just the norm.
it's the norm. Yeah, so y'all leave the fire department alone. Leave them old sexy handsome guys alone. So this procrastination thing, I want to just cover this real quick. I'm gonna read something that I don't think got full expounding last week because I was
From your
struggling.
book?
Yeah. So this is an
Okay.
excerpt from my book. Procrastination is a real thing that happens every day in our lives. I'm just running one paragraph back. We
Okay.
avoid hard conversations, decisions, and tasks until we are forced to look at them. Important things and people don't go away. You either resolve
Right.
to it, to giving it your all as often as you can, or wonder why you didn't do it sooner. That leads to guilt, regrets, depression, and anxiety. We want the easy stuff and immediate gratification. We want rewards now, not later. We want to play, and pay later. There are other things that can affect why we put things off, like low concentration, health and mental issues, or even medication. But that's a medical issue and needs to be addressed with your physician. I know that I have strong procrastination traits. I am the personality that puts off the hard task until I am forced, and I swear I'm at my peak at the last minute.
Mm.
Sure, that may apply in school when I study for a test at the last minute, which helps my retention, and I aced the test. But in retrospect, my insides were turning knowing I had not studied. So every time I thought about it, my stomach hurt or I would get a headache. The anxiety was setting in, but as soon as I started applying myself, all worry and doubt was relieved. I put off
Hmm.
getting gas until the gauge is hollering at me. This is costly behavior over time because driving on empty affects the fuel pump as the filter gets dirty and messes with the entire fuel system. So
Right.
procrastination can have financial impact. Instead of
Right.
getting gas when my gauge reaches a quarter of a tank, I consistently put it off until empty. Over time, I will have to
Mm.
replace my fuel pump prematurely. Not to
Mm.
mention, I run the risk of getting stranded. I procrastinate something as simple as going to pee. I ignore the gentle nudge that my bladder is full. By the time I decide to go, I'm squirming, dancing, and bouncing from chair to chair just to get to the damn bathroom. Over time, that weakens the bladder and causes urinary incontinence and urgency. That's not good at
Hmm.
all.
Nope.
So you have to know you. Well, that same is true for discovering and walking in your purpose. When you know you are called to do great things, your inner man, woman will remain in turmoil until you do things that lead to accomplishing that thing. The
Mm.
effects of procrastination, whether short or long, law abiding, generous, wealthy, and healthy, understand the consequences for actions and acknowledge God.
Right.
Acknowledging a higher power keeps you from the narcissist behavior, which is a mental disorder. And I'm going to stop there.
Mm. Mm.
Procrastination will
Mm.
turn into a mental disorder.
Wow. I did not even
Yeah.
put two plus two with that one together. That's interesting.
So we have
Huh.
come to the end of the show.
Cause I was about to say
Yeah, we're gonna. So
I'm gonna
each
have to
week I'm gonna bring
revisit
you a
some
little
things.
bit. Yeah, I'm gonna bring you a little bit from the book. These are excerpts from the book. Let's get it together. But
I'm
well, the book is Rules to the
excited.
Game.
I'm
But
excited.
yeah, thank you for joining us, everybody who tuned in. Join us next week. Get it together on Hot 702.5 FM. And y'all need to learn how to call in. You ain't got
Right.
to
Come
have all
on,
these
y'all.
comments. Kirk, call in. Nora, call in. MJ, call in. Shoot,
We
engage
want to hear
us.
your voice. We want to hear your voices.
And we'll see you next week. Same time, same place.
Same time, same place. And in peace, love, and light to my folks. Be
Good
safe out
night.
there. Good night.